All right, so today's guest on episode 2 of the Varies and Numerous podcast is Tony C. He's with the Ultimate Franchise Fantasy Sports, and I've been following these guys for, 6 weeks now. I came across them and was really interested in what they're doing, and I'm happy to have you on the show today, sir, to learn more about your project.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, for sure. Follow your stuff as well, and really like your opinions on Bitcoin and crypto world, and it's great to have you helping us out here.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure to get to know you guys and help you guys get your project out to the universe. So I like to start in the beginning of everybody's life, really, just like where you grew up and what you were like as a youth and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm originally from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. So grew up on a farm there. Played a little bit of hockey when I was younger, and did a lot of farming. And mostly my background was in the ag industry.
Okay.
I'm in ag right now. I also own another company that we do livestock feed, nutrition, stuff like that. So it's kind of my background, but I also played hockey when I was younger. Played fairly competitive junior hockey, and it's a bit of where I come from.
Very nice. I'm a big hockey fan myself, so when I came across you guys and I saw you were launching with the hockey auction first and the league first, I thought that was pretty cool. So
yeah, I think it's a unique concept. So
absolutely. So what brought you to the cryptocurrency space, and was it more of an economic side or a technology side? Like when you came across it, Bitcoin, what was it like for you? Was it like did you have a feeling automatically this is something that could work? Or
so my introduction into Bitcoin was probably back in 2013, 2012. I was kind of got into I don't know, we all have this awakening moment, right? And I kind of figured out what's going on in the world and things don't make sense. And, figured out what money was and really got into silver. That was my first initial investment, quite a bit into silver. And in 2013, I was like, yeah, this Bitcoin kind of makes sense, and set up my account, went to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin at $11 and didn't do it, of course, right? Everyone has that story. Yeah, and then I actually got back into crypto. I came across Steemit, and Steem is kind of what got me into crypto, got my mind around, hey, this actually makes sense. This is kind of, you can build an economy with it. And that was how I re-entered into the world and kind of went from there. Really got into crypto, followed everything, was invested in 2017 in the big run up and everything, and lost money there too, but it was a great thing to find.
Absolutely. So you found Steem. Did you create any content on there? Or?
Yeah, I played around with it back in 2017, made a few different accounts, tried a few different things, but didn't really have, the thing to talk about that could make some waves.
Yeah.
We're back on it now, and it's very applicable to what we're doing, and
absolutely.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure to put all of you guys' links in the description for this video. So I'll put you guys' Steemit link on there as well, so people can find you on there. So when did you come across Ethereum? Then was it shortly after that? Your Bitcoin in 2013, or was it later on when you got more into like Steemit?
Yeah, no, not until I got into Steemit. That's when I got into the other cryptos, started to understand Ethereum and some of the other blockchains. And what spurred UFF Sports was definitely CryptoKitties. I mean, I was following it a bit and seeing a CryptoKitty sell for $170,000, and I kind of put that together with sports. Someone's going to pay $170,000 for a kitty, probably Tom Brady's worth a little more than that. So
absolutely,
just applying their concept, which is definitely what started this out, to the sports world, fantasy sports.
So when did you? It sounds like everything kind of culminated with your passion for sports and stuff. But when did you know that you could actually make an ERC20? Like, uh, what was that experience like?
Yeah, that kind of came around probably 2000, end of 2017, probably. Well, actually, probably the beginning of 2017, I came up with the concept, and the fact that you could identify something on the blockchain and not be able to duplicate it was fairly important. You know, the Ethereum part where you can transact in coins is one thing, but to actually make a unique product on the blockchain, that's when I found that out, that really applies to our concept.
This is kind of a question that I wasn't really going to expect to ask you, but with your background in trade, you trade livestock, right?
Yeah,
Am I right on that? Is this something that you think that could be applied to that too?
yeah. So I had that, I had that concept in my mind, and I still do that.
Yeah.
You know, applying it to the market, whether
Right.
it's pigs or chickens or whatever grain. It's it definitely it's going to be applicable. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see a future in that as well. I think that would be definitely something that might be your next project.
Yeah. Well, this one's taken up enough time. It
Right.
should was busy.
Right. So, were you always kind of a tech guy then, or would you?
Absolutely not a tech guy. All our tech is hired out. We have some pretty
Okay.
talented guys on the team, and more of a hands-on guy than a tech guy. But we have the people in place to do it. So.
How long is the? When did you guys start working on the ERC20?
We started the project in October of 2019. So
Okay.
that's about when we got the group together, got the expertise together, and they've been building ever since. And yeah, we're going to have a launch here of our website and our apps shortly.
What would you say the main goals are for 2020? I know you guys just launched the bidding on the first auction on the first of the year. I think that the first one, does it wrap up on the 17th of this month?
Yeah, the NHL hockey auction is live right now,
Okay.
and we've got bids going every day, and they close on the 17th, so the evening of the 17th.
What would you say like you guys' main goals are for this year? Obviously, to get the hockey one off the ground. What sports are going to follow hockey?
So the main goal is to get hockey going, get that rolling. We get this initial auction going, get into the playoffs. We kind of have a unique playoff structure as well. So we're going to get that going. And in the spring of this year, we plan on doing CFL football,
Okay.
which is the Canadian version of NFL. And just to do, we feel that football's very, very important. So we want to play around with a semi-league just to get the feel of how things should work and try to build towards the NFL launch. But the plan is to do the CFL league kind of on the side in the spring, do our hockey stuff. We've got 2 drafts happening in the summer, prospect drafts, and then probably working towards NBA is our goal in the fall.
Very nice. What you want to tell people a little bit more about how the league works? I know you have the scouting, the prospects, the players, and you can own franchises. You want to tell people a little bit about that? It's different.
Sure.
It's a lot different from any other sort of fantasy platform, since you can actually, you guys are tokenizing all of these things, so you're going to have a long-term stake in, performance of these assets.
Yeah. So how we're different is in most fantasy platforms, you can make multiple leagues. You can make thousands of leagues, tens of thousands of leagues, right? You just play with your friends or however it is. And what we're doing uniquely is there is only one league. Similar to what the real world is, there's only 31 NHL franchises, for example. There will only be 31 franchises in our platform. So there's 31 elite players or groups of elite players that will be the hockey elite. They'll own the franchises, and they will play the main game. But outside of that, what we're doing is building a registry, really. So there's a concept called scouts that we have that no one else has. And what a scout is a person that simply registers non-pro players onto the blockchain. So there's a process in doing that, and there's a couple different things, auctions that we do to enter players into the scouting pool. But essentially, you're a scout. You find a player that you think has potential. You register that player on the blockchain, and that's your player. So you own that player until the point where that player makes pro. If the player that you bought makes pro, what'll happen is it triggers an auction, and then the 31 teams bid on your player, and then the highest bidder gets your player, and you get the profits. So
I really like this idea. A friend of mine and I, we joke around all the time about being scouts. We're scouting people. So I think it's pretty cool that you guys implemented that into the league.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique concept, and we couldn't do it without blockchain. Like the Ethereum network is what makes it possible, because that player can't be duplicated. Once he's on there, and you own him. So
you'd have reason to watch the junior bronze medal game today.
Absolutely,
yeah,
that's an important game. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So tell us.
Which Canada's losing, by the way, right now. So
who is it?
I think Russia's winning 2-1.
Oh, okay. I saw a little bit of the highlights from the Sweden-Finland game.
Okay,
that was on earlier. So what about the wallet? Are you guys gonna have your own wallet, or what's the plan on wallet, and how do you trade the assets peer to peer?
Good question. So our platform is built on there's a platform called nice.io. They've built our platform on their platform, and you can use the Nice wallet. That's the wallet that you use in game. So you can register for that wallet right on our website. You just register on our website. You automatically get a wallet, and then you can trade in game with that. You can also store your ERC20 tokens on Ethereum wallet, or my Ethereum wallet, or MetaMask.
Okay.
So they can be stored on different wallets, but in game we need it in the Nice network.
Yeah, that makes sense. That way you can make things, move them around easy, right?
Yeah, and you can trade them right. They have an exchange. So the good part is we can exchange players and franchises right within our system.
Okay. So what is there a plan for you guys to get on some exchanges? What is there a roadmap there? What are you guys going to do about that?
Yeah, once we have everything rolling, we're working on a couple of different exchanges that we're talking to get our players traded on there. The other part of our ecosystem that will become in time, say you bought Ovechkin in the auction here this month. If he retires in a couple of years, you still own his asset. So you'll put a retired asset in a different wallet. It won't be in your main wallet. It'll be we're calling it a Hall of Fame wallet. So you put your asset in there, you own them forever. And there's a lot of stuff we're working in the future to use those retired players. We've got some things in the works. So just because he retires doesn't mean you don't own them. You own them forever. So
maybe if he goes to the Hall of Fame or something like that, there's incentive to hold on to him.
Well, yeah, and we plan on doing some simulated play with retired players in the future. If you have a whole wallet full of retired players that have good stats from the past, we can use those stats to play games in the future. So
yeah, that's actually a cool concept, even a Hall of Fame league or something like that.
Exactly, yeah, that's what we're thinking. So you could have players you can have Gordie Howe playing with Wayne Gretzky. So those are the kind of things that we're working. I mean, I think with blockchain, with the crypto world, you build a platform or an ecosystem like this, and then a whole bunch of things grow out of it, right? So we're pretty excited about the future. There's all kinds of opportunities. Essentially, what we are is a registry of sports players. So we register all the sports players, assign owners to them, and then we can build all kinds of games out of that.
Yeah, like you said, this is, you look at what EOS did. They launched as an ERC20. I mean, this is really Ethereum is perfect for this sort of setup, in my opinion. And I think this is really when I came across you guys, I think this is the future of fantasy sports. I really do. You see fantasy sports just exploding. I think I saw like 60 million people just in North America or the U.S. play. So you take the whole world over. I mean, you guys have a lot of promise.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity. It's a huge market. If we can get some elite players and get them get some pride behind what they're doing and some recognition, I think it just adds to the ecosystem.
Have you guys thought about reaching out to anybody in the league and trying to get them behind it?
Yeah, well, I think we have a great idea, and we don't want to go too big too quick because we don't want anyone to take it. So we want to be the first to market. So
okay,
yeah, we've already got interest from people in Europe and people in the U.S. and it's really a global thing. I mean,
yeah, I've had a lot of people already shooting me messages on my like personal thing, Facebook and Twitter, asking me about it. They've seen my posts, so I definitely know there's a lot of people that are excited about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what is there anything else you want to say, like any sort of thesis statement or anything like that you want to get across to get out there?
Well, I just want to say, I mean, people that are interested at all, just follow what we're doing on the hockey side. We got the auction going. We're going to have a live stream. We have a live event for the closing of the auctions on the 17th. So on YouTube, we'll have a live stream of that event. We really want to, another thing that we want to do is tie in live events. And I think it's very important if you have a virtual ecosystem to tie it to live events. So when we have auctions, when we have drafts, we want to encourage people to get together and have a beer and watch what's going on and really feel a part of it. Another part of our program is an ambassador. So what we're doing is setting up ambassadors in as many cities as possible who would promote our brand, promote the ideas, and host live events. So from these live events, the ambassadors can make a bit of profit, help us develop a little bit of hype. Once we get into all the sports, there's going to be events happening every month. So we really want to get that the live feel to it as well. So
yeah, I think that's important.
What we're doing, and we're coming to all the other sports. We plan on doing semi-pro and junior leagues as well. So in time, it'll all work together, just like it does in the real world. That's really our goal, is to simulate the real world, just in a digital style.
Absolutely. You guys are, if you want to get over to your website, you want to drop your links and your Twitter?
Yeah, our website's uffsports.com.
And Twitter, you're UFF Sports as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I'm going to put all these links in the description. I just wanted to throw that in there at the end so people can remember to head over there. Definitely get in there and roll on the website, check everything out. I'll probably I don't know, hopefully do another show with you guys in the near future, and we can talk about everything about how the first auction went and everything like that, and what's coming later on this year.
Yeah, there's more things coming every month. So it'd be great to do an update.
Absolutely. All right. I really appreciate your time today, sir.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
And I wish you guys a lot of success this year and moving forward.
You too.
For sure. Thank you very much.